In this video series, we are going to study science chapters of grade 10 SEE exams. Now we are going to study physics chapter, electricity and magnetism. Okay, in this part we have been solving questions from your set book, one of your set books. Now we are going to do numerical problems on transformer. Okay, these are common questions of transformer, important as well. Now we are going to do this one. Number one, a transformer is 220 volt primary voltage. Okay, primary voltage 220 volt, 1000 turns of primary coil, number of turns in the primary coil 1000. How many turns of secondary coil will be needed to produce 110 volt from that transformer? So question is asking to find out number of turns in the secondary coil. How many turns of secondary coil? So this you need to understand. Read the question very carefully before you start doing. Okay, so in a transformer we need, the formula NS by NP equal to VS by VP. So the four things you need, data you need to find out from the question. So you'll start doing your work this way. You need to write solution on top, right? This is the way of doing. Presentation should be, in a proper way. So given, what are given in the question, given data. So in a transformer you can write NS, NP, VS, VP. So among these four, 3 will be given and you have to find out 1. Okay, most of the cases it is like this. Actually it is always like this. So among these four, 3 will be given in the question and you have to find 1 by using formula. It is very easy. NS. How many turns of secondary coil? Number of turns in the secondary coil. This you have to find out. This is what. Okay, now read the question. A transformer is of 220 volt primary voltage. Primary voltage is 220 volt. Okay, and 1000 turns of primary coil. Turns in the primary coil is 1000. Turns in number of turns in the primary coil 1000. 1000 turns. You need to write unit. Okay, do not write any number without unit. And how many turns of secondary coil will be needed to produce 110 volt from that transformer? So output voltage. Okay, so voltage in the secondary coil is 110 volt, means this one, 110 volt is the output voltage. Okay, voltage in the secondary coil. So now you have to find out number of turns in the secondary coil. NS is what? Okay, we know the formula. According to the formula of transformer, NS by NP equal to VS by VP. First you write formula. Okay, yes, as it is. Now you have to find out NS. Okay, NS should be made alone in left hand side. Okay, and the other should be shifted to right hand side. Okay, you have to rearrange the equation for this one. Or NS equal to VS by VP will remain unchanged, and this is in denominator this side, and when it goes that side it will be in multiplication. Okay, numerator NP, right? So it is dividing over here. When it goes this side it becomes multiplication, division to multiplication. So rearranging is done this way. Now or NS equal to, now put the values in all. Okay, put the values of all this. VS is 110, BP is 220 into NP is 1000. Yes, now do calculation. 0 0 cancel out, 11 1s are 11, 11 2s are 22. Okay, 2 5s are 10, 0 and 0, 500. 50 into 10, 500. So number of turns in the secondary coil is 500. So this is your answer. Okay, now after finding answer you have to give answer statement. Do not leave any numerical problem without writing answer statement. Okay, therefore number of turns in secondary coil is 500 or turns. 500 turns. This should be your answer. Right, this is question number 1. Now we'll go to question number 2. Finished? Yes. You need to take down this fast, okay? Be a little bit faster in writing. And be careful with the presentation. Presentation of your answer should be in a correct way. There is marks in every step, so you have to be careful. Yes. Now we'll go to question number 2. Solution of question number 2. Solution. Write solution on top. Okay, given. We'll see what is given in the question. A transformer has 200 primary turns and 150 secondary turns. Okay, language is very simple. If the operating voltage for the load connected to the secondary coil is measured to be 300 volt. Secondary coil voltage 300 volt. What is the voltage supplied to the primary coil? Now you have to find primary voltage. Primary coil, what is the voltage? So this is the question. Okay, so NS, NP, BS, BP. So which of these are given in the question, we'll find out. Okay, 200 primary turns. Primary turns 200. Number of turns in the primary coil 200 turns. Write all with the unit. And 150 secondary turns. 150 turns in the secondary coil. Then operating voltage, now voltage in secondary coil 300 volt. Voltage in secondary coil 300 volt. What is the primary voltage? So this is the question. Now we know NS by NP equal to BS by BP according to formula of transformer, right? So up to this point you'll be getting 0.5 marks, okay, if you put all the values correctly and write the formula correctly. And you see rearranging the equation, what should be found out over here? BP. You have to find out this one and other 3 are given. Okay, so rearrange the equation. First you bring this right hand side to left hand side. BS by BP equal to NS by NP. Do it stepwise, otherwise you will do mistake. Okay, you will be in a little bit hurry in exams, while writing exams, so you have to do stepwise in order to avoid the mistake. Yes, now BP is asked over here. Next step, put BP on numerator, BS denominator. Again this side also, if you are changing position the side, then you should do same other side also. NP divided by NS. Okay, so BP NP came on top numerator and secondary went down. Okay, so you have made the changes, and now BP should be made alone on left hand side so that its value can be calculated over here. BP, rearranging the equation, NP by NS, it is in denominator, division, it goes to right hand side by becoming multiplication, right? So now you put the values, or BP equal to NP is how much? 200. NS is how much? 150. And BS is how much? 300. Okay, now do calculation. 0, 0 gone. 15 ones are 15. 15 twos are 30, 0. 20 into 20 equal to 400. 20 equal to 20. 20 into 20 equal to 400. Yes, 400. This one is voltage in primary coil, volt. Right? So now write answer statement. Therefore, primary voltage of the transformer given transformer primary voltage of the given transformer is 400 volt. So this is your answer. Yes, Now we'll go to question number 3 now. While arranging this equation, you be very careful. Do not be overconfident. Okay, in in nervousness of exams, you will do mistakes in this part. Yes, most of the time students do this mistake. Now we'll do solution of question number 3. Look at question number 3. If the primary coil and secondary coil in a transformer is 1:5, number of coil ratio 1:5. What kind of transformer is it? Okay, secondary is greater. 5 is secondary. Secondary is greater. Secondary is greater means it is a step up. Okay. If the input voltage to that transformer is 110 volt, calculate the output voltage. Okay, solution given. Yes, so write this in sequential manner. You have to be very careful while writing, while presenting your answer. So given, first what is given? Calculate primary input voltage to the transformer is 110 means primary voltage. Voltage in primary coil is 110 volt. Now let number of turns in the primary coil and secondary coil NS equal to NP equal to number of turns in the primary coil 1x, number of turns in the secondary coil 5x, right? Because you can write within the bracket ratio of number of turns, ratio of number of turns primary coil to secondary coil is 1:5. 1:5 turns in primary coil and secondary coil equal to 1:5. Primary coil to secondary coil. Primary coil, secondary coil. Okay. So let NS be 5x, NP be 1x. Okay. Now what you have to find is what is the voltage in secondary coil. Right. So we know NS by NP equal to Vs by Vp. Now you have to find out Vs. So bring this side, right hand side to left hand side. Vs by Vp equal to Ns by Np. Now make the Vs alone this side. Yes, Vs equal to Ns divided by Np into Vp. Yes. Now put the values in this one, or Vs equal to Ns is 5x, Np is 1x into Bp is 110. Okay. Now over here x get cancel out. Now directly multiplication after this, because there is only one. Okay. 5 zeros are 0, 5 ones are 5, 5 ones are 5. So voltage in secondary coil is 550. Yes. Now write the answer statement. Therefore, secondary voltage in secondary coil of transformer is 550. This is your answer. Okay. Voltage in secondary coil of transformer is 550 volt. So this is the solution. Now we'll go to question number 4. Yes. Now question number 4, solution. Given. What is given in the question we will see. You need to see the figure here. Okay. So what type of transformer shown in the figure? Okay, what type of transformer? This is, let's see, this is input, this is output. Be careful which one is input, which one is output. Okay. Input is primary, output is secondary. Right. So input is primary, output is secondary. You may get confused because this side usually remains this way, okay, all the time. Now you see input voltage 220, yes, and number of turns in the primary coil is asked. N1 is number of turns in the primary coil. What is the number of turns in primary coil? This is the question. And output voltage is 1000 volt, and number of turns in the secondary coil is 120, right? So you have to find out this one. Calculate the number of turns in the primary coil. What type of transformer is shown in the figure? So from figure only we can find out, from diagram only we can make out. Less number of coil is over here, more number of coil is turns in the coil is this side. Okay, so this is a step up. And from voltage also you can make out, primary voltage is 220 volt, whereas secondary voltage is 1000 volt. So voltage is increased. Okay, so that is why it is a step up transformer. Now we'll see the this one solution. Okay, given what is given directly, N S N P B S P P. Write down this way. Yes. So what is given? Number of turns in the primary coil should be calculated. This one is not given, right? So voltage in the primary coil 220 volt. Voltage in the secondary coil 1000 volt. Turns in the secondary coil 120 turns. Okay, write unit for each of them. Now we know NS by NP equal to BS by BP. Write formula in the original form. Okay, do not make any changes in the beginning, otherwise you'll get confused. Okay, now rearrange the equation, or what is asked? NP is asked. This one is asked. Okay, let's make the this one fraction up and down. NP divided by NS. If you do upside down this side, then you should do this side also. BP divided by VS, right? Both of this came on numerator, primary, yes. Or NP should be made alone this side so that you can calculate the value. BP by VS into NS goes that side because it is now dividing in this side. It goes this side, it becomes multiplication, right? Now put the values. NP equal to BP is how much? 220. VS is 1000. NS is 120. Do the calculation now. This 0 cancel, this 0 cancel, this 0 cancel, this 0 cancel, right? Now 2 5s are 10, 2 6s are 12, right? Now no more cancellation. Or NP equal to 6 2s are 12, 6 2s are 12, 132, 5. Now what will be the value over here? 5 2s are 10, yes, and 5 6s are 30 point. Now 2 remaining. 5 2s are 10, 32. 5 6s are 30, 2 remaining. Decimal 0, 5 4s are 20, right? 26.4 number of turns in the primary coil. This is turns, but turns are not in fraction. Okay, these should not be in decimal. That is why you have to make it whole number, rounding up. By rounding up NP, you can make it 26 turns. Okay, by rounding up it is 26 turns. Your answer statement is therefore number of turns. Don't leave any numerical without writing answer statement. This is my suggestion. Do not do that. Okay, number of turns in the primary coil of the transformer is how many? 26 turns. Okay, these turns should be written with unit turns, okay, every time, otherwise marks will be deducted. 26 turns, right? So this is the solution of question number 4. Now we'll see more numericals on topic electric EC, electric consumption, okay, electrical power consumption later.